Ever wanted to do something but your brain immediately freaked out and said, wait, what if it all goes wrong? Yeah, that's self-doubt talking, and we all experience it. Self-doubt is normal, no matter how experienced you are, or even what age you are, and it can hold you back if you let it. But you're so much stronger than your doubts. Today I'm going to talk about how to push past self-doubt and actually use that energy to fuel your growth instead of letting it hold you back. So, let's talk about self-doubt. Because here's the thing, self-doubt isn't your enemy, but it can feel like one if you don't learn how to get past it. And the good news is, you can actually learn to use your doubts to help you succeed. To do that, you first need to understand this fundamental truth. Self-doubt is just your brain trying to keep you safe. One of your brain's main jobs is to keep you alive, and it's evolved over a very long time to do that. Self-doubt is a natural response designed to keep you safe by avoiding risks, which was handy when we were living on the land and surrounded by wild animals, like hungry hippos, but what once protected us now stops us from growing. Because our brains are hardwired for survival, whenever you step out of your comfort zone, your brain throws up warning signs like, don't do it, and stay where it's safe. But guess what? Growth doesn't happen in your safe little comfort zone. Growth only happens when you push yourself to try new things. It's that old saying by John A. Shedd, a ship in harbour is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Self-doubt will try and keep you safe, but in doing so, it's also keeping you from growing. Look, I had some doubts about coming back to YouTube, and self-doubt played a role in me quitting back in March 2024, but now I'm in a much better headspace, and I refuse to let self-doubt get the better of me. So instead of succumbing to self-doubt, acknowledge your doubts when they show up, but don't let them drive your decisions. The next time you feel self-doubt creeping in, take a breath, acknowledge it, and say, thanks for looking out for me, but I've got this. Because really, self-doubt is your brain's way of saying you're on the edge of something big. And so that's why you need to push through doubt and stay focused on what you want. Let's face facts. Self-doubt will always be a part of your journey, but you don't have to let it be the one steering the ship. We all have doubts. Show me someone who says they don't question their abilities sometimes, and I'll show you someone who's so full of crap that the toilet's jealous. But the key to success is to keep pushing through the doubts, and to stay focused on what you want to achieve and why it matters to you. When you keep your eyes on the prize, it's easier to keep moving forward. You might find it helpful to write down your goals and your reasons for wanting to pursue them. If and when doubt shows up, use those reasons to keep yourself focused. It'll remind you of why it's worth the discomfort. Which leads to the next point I want to make. Use your doubts as fuel. And no, I'm not talking about trying to use them in your car, because your engine will run out pretty quickly. But what I mean is to use them as emotional fuel. Self-doubt pops up because you care about the outcome. You want to succeed, and that's a big part of why it feels scary. So, instead of letting fear and doubt stop you, flip the script. Use that energy to push you forward, because self-doubt means you're onto something that matters. You can choose to turn your fears and doubts into fuel. Use that nervous energy to push you to take action. Even just one small step can make a huge difference. Whether it's sending an email, making a phone call, or just planning your next move, action breaks the power of fear and it gives you momentum. So here's the thing. Self-doubt is natural, but it doesn't need to run the show. Push through it, stay focused on your goals and why you want to achieve them, and turn that energy into fuel to drive your growth. So, what's one thing you've been putting off because of self-doubt? Drop it in the comments below or over on Instagram at LTA Mental Health, and let's talk about how you can take that first step towards your goal, because you've got this. And speaking of goals, you'll find this video about how to reach your goals helpful. So how about you check that out next? And hey, next time doubt shows up, just remember this. If you weren't scared, whatever it is probably wouldn't be worth doing in the first place.